An Islamic finance scholar has called for a concerted campaign to create awareness of the existence of halal market in the country. Addressing the press during an event organized by Takaful Insurance of Africa, Dr. Ahsin Lahsasna said that lack of awareness was hampering the growth of the Islamic market as people lacked information on the availability of such products and services.
People, they don't know about the availability of Islamic finance product and services. And people who knows, maybe they don't know how it operates and how they are different from the conventional one, and even they may not know the implications of the permissibility from otherwise on subscriptions of those products and services from the conventional one. I think all this is related, the way I say it, to the level of knowledge and the level of Islamic financial literacy in the market.
Dr. Lahsasna added that lack of awareness was not just Kenyan problem, but affected people in other countries, given example of Malaysia.
We have the same problems here in Malaysia, but in a different sector, which is related to the Islamic financial planning and wealth management. It is one of the sectors in Malaysia. Maybe the banking and Takaful and Islamic capital market, those products and services are well known in the market, but there is an emerging industry under the Central Bank and Security Commission related to the financial planning and the wealth management. So these people, they don't have a really a good knowledge about it, because number one, it's an emerging market, and based on the Security Commissions, which is one of the regulators. So basically, they still regard this industry as a poor literacy. And that's why they are promoting as much as they can. I think same problem here, but it's not in the financial planning and wealth management, but in Islamic finance and broad. Maybe the market also has to come together to speak with one voice. And I think something is in process of doing that. That will help in the future.
Dr. Lahsasna, who is also the chairman of the Takaful Insurance of Africa Sharia Advisory Board, called on the inclusion of Islamic finance education in the educational institutions as a way of promoting the industry and educating the public.
I do believe it is the role of the financial institutions, Sharia scholars, academicians, students specialized in Islamic finance, Sharia scholars, practitioners, everyone, social media as well, to push and make this industry well known to the public, so they will they'll be able to be part of it.
The CEO of Takaful Insurance, Sumaya Hassan, called for the streamlining of insurance laws and regulation to allow for the growth of Takaful industry, as currently they are forced to operate under two sets of laws.
Part of the challenge for Islamic financial institutions in the country, Takaful included, is that there has not been regulation that is specifically addressing the needs and the requirements of Islamic financial institutions, which also includes Takaful. And for that reason, you find institutions such as ourselves have a dual regulation, as it were, because then you have to comply with the standard regulations that are there in the country for the rest of the industry, but then you also have to comply with your own Sharia regulations as far as being an Islamic financial institution is concerned. Compliance, of course, has a cost. So when you have a dual level of compliance, that increases costs, and that does become quite challenging when you are seeking to grow and you have regulations that no one else has. And yet you still have to comply with everything else.
The government is already working on amendments that will ensure Islamic finance and industry is entrenched in local laws for growth and smooth operation.
Our hope is that as this landscape of review of the different pieces of regulation is going on and is being looked at, that it will result in regulation that is specific to our sectors and the businesses that we do, and that this will then really help us to grow, to broaden and deepen inclusion in our areas, because the regulatory framework is very much enabling and supportive as well. So that is what we hope will be the result after all is said and done.
Takaful Insurance of Africa is the only insurance company in Kenya that provides Sharia compliance services, including insurance cover and pension schemes.